Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. Welcome. It's Kyra here from Thermomix. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna. Looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. Just cleaning my screen. Just getting it all prepared. I've also just getting I've got some chicken on the grill and I'm setting up my meter. So for those that haven't seen how you set up your meter, you just go in. I've put my thermometer, my probe, into my piece of chicken. I've got some chicken breasts on and I want them cooked well done. Start cook. And it's now going to keep an eye on that chicken for me while I make the salad. Give me 1 second, I'll just pop that over there. So I hope you've had a fantastic week. I know I've had a great week. So excited that we've got some news to talk about a little bit later on. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you know what I'm going to talk about tonight, pop the answer in the comments below. And please say hi if you're watching. I love it. I love it. I love it. I also love that this week I got lots of feedback that people tried the Marry Me chicken that we did last Friday night, and everybody loved it. So if you haven't made it, if you haven't watched the live from last Friday night, check it out because everybody is raving about the Marry Me chicken. Hello, yes, Janine, you are exactly right. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I've done with it so far. And but we're going to make the rice salad tonight. So the rice salad has been around for at least 10 years. Everybody loves it. If you're new to Thermomix, this is a great recipe to do and you can adapt it. You can put in whatever you've got. So we'll talk about that as we go along. Hi, Emma. How you doing, lovely? Hello, Leanne. How is it down in Victoria? So what I've got on is we'll start at the beginning. I'll just go back a little bit just because I've got things moving because it was 20 minutes of cooking the brown rice. So I just got that on first. So basically we'll start cooking. We'll place the simmering basket on the top of your Thermomix and you're going to weigh your brown rice into your simmering basket. And then you're going to give it a really good rinse just to get rid of anything that's on there, but also to aid in its cooking. So it's got rid of any excess gluten and stuff off the outside or a glutinous sort of mixture. So then we're going to pop in the 900 grams of water, which I've done, and we've popped our simmering basket in there and I've already cooked it off for 20 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place our varoma on the top here, and I've already put in the 800 grams of vegetables. I'm just going to pinch a few out though because I just want to talk to you a little bit about what I've done today. What have we got? A bit more carrot and a bit more capsicum. Alright, I'll pinch those out and we're going to pop our lid on and we're going to get that cooking. So now that's going to cook off for another 12 minutes. So let me talk to you about, hi Greg, how are you? Nice to see you on. So we're making the brown rice salad and it is an absolute wonderful treat. Like it's really easy to do. You could even pop some boiled eggs in there right now and actually boil your eggs while the rest of the salad is cooking. I would just give the eggs, just because of the shells, just give them a good rinse before you pop them in with the other vegetables. But this is just a really good go-to recipe that you can have like warm tonight, cold tomorrow, or warm it up again tomorrow and throw in whatever you like. What I'm excited about is that I use my cutter. So this is it. So if you can pretend that that's actually sitting, probably goes the other way really. That's sitting in your Thermomix like so, and this is how it goes. So you've got, this goes in like so. We've got the one blade that does the grating and the slicing. So one side will grate, the other side will slice, and depending on which way you have the blade going, forwards or backwards, is how thick you'll get it. So I'll just show you. This is some zucchini slices that I've made, and I've popped them up in there. I also, the carrots were done on the same thickness. What I also love about it is it all goes within that bowl. So it doesn't actually dirty your Thermomix bowl. So you can do all that prep in seconds. I mean seconds. And it's all ready to go. It is incredible. So what I've done is I've cut up some capsicums. Hi Fleek, how you going, lovely? I've chopped up a capsicum, a carrot, a zucchini, what else? Like obviously I did it all on the same level. I didn't do thin ones and thick ones, I just did the thin ones. I've popped in some frozen corn, frozen peas, some broccolini, stalks and all, but just chopped them up, and broccoli as well. I've got some cherry tomatoes that we've grown here that we're going to... Hi Cassandra, happy Friday to you too, lovely. Good to see you on here again. I've got some homegrown tomatoes I'm going to pop in there again a bit later on. Got some nuts and things like that, but if you don't want nuts, in fact, we will probably put sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, pepitas in there anyway, just for a little bit of nutrition, and it's just nice to have that crunch. So if you want to avoid the cashews and the almonds, you can swap it out with that. You could put pine nuts in there. You can put anything you want. So literally just empty your crisper into the Varoma, steam what you can. I've even sliced up English spinach and put it through, but today we're just going to throw some baby spinach through. I'm not going to cook that, I'm not going to steam it. I'm just going to put it through the warm rice and the vegetables when we're done. And then we're going to make a sauce to go over the top of it and then just stir it all through. Give me 1 second. I just want to turn this chicken over. So the other thing is that this recipe actually calls for tuna to be going in. My family are not big tuna eaters, so they don't love tin fish. So you could put that in. I've done steamed chicken tonight. I'm just frying off some chicken breast for them. If I'd been a little bit more organised, I would have actually, when the rice was cooking, I would have popped it up in the Varoma and steamed it off. Then actually shredded the chicken for 4 seconds on reverse, speed 4, and then I would have stirred that through instead of the tuna. But I wasn't prepared, and that does happen, so I've put that on the fry pan to sizzle away over there. So I hope that noises are not upsetting you too much. So yeah, so how can you get your hands on the amazing cutter? So what you want to do is host a TM6 cooking experience. So that book a demo, have 2 friends over to your place, or I'm doing a few virtually. You can jump onto those. Let me know if that's of interest to you. And you'll need to have 2 guests attend, and then you can unlock the amazing deal of the cutter. So I'm super impressed. I can't wait to do potato bake this weekend, and like when I did it with Michelle, my team leader, a few months back, it literally took less than a minute to do a kilo of potatoes. Like seriously, if we've got the potato peeler in, we've peeled out all our kilo of potatoes in 4 minutes, then we throw them into here in a minute. Like seriously, our potato bake would be ready to go in the oven in less than, 10 minutes max, absolute max. So I'm pretty excited about all of that, because literally this, so you can see that all fits in to there. That's where it all goes. So it keeps your bowl nice and clean. So yes, at a TM6 cooking experience, you'll be able to watch me make a little pickle to go with the dishes, and you'll be able to access this as a host reward only at this stage. So if someone buys at your demonstration, you'll get one for free. If no one buys, you can get it at a reduced price, and that's still pretty good. But you've got to get in quick because the numbers are limited. I believe that they've already run out in the UK. I am slowly getting through my list, so if I haven't been in touch with you and you have contacted me prior, I will be in touch over the weekend, most definitely, because my diary is filling up. But I will fit you in. I will fit you in. So we're still cooking away. These are beautifully steamed. What I love about steaming my vegetables is that it actually keeps all that nutrition in, and it really does savour the flavours. So you're not overcooking them. The vegetables aren't going to end up like slop. It's just so nice to have. So tonight, this could be easily a vegetarian dish. I have family members that are vegetarians. So this is a go-to. I've made it for their family, and all of their children just absolutely love this dish. So it's one to definitely give a go, because like I said, you can serve it with your own protein of choice, or you can actually add the tin of tuna. If you're into tuna, then you just add the tin of tuna. Tracy steams her veggies in the thermo all the time. They are so good, aren't they, Trace? Absolutely phenomenal flavour. So I'm just going to grab a bowl so I'm prepared. Won't be a second. So don't forget to book in for those demos, because literally that's the lifeblood of our business. And we love to be able to teach you guys more and inspire you by coming along and showing you what some other dishes that you could make in your Thermomix. And you know, you work together with your consultant. You talk to them about what you need to learn how to do so that we can help you at these demonstrations. So it's really important that you do have that chat with your consultant, and you know, just, yeah, get the most out of the demonstration. And then we will show you the cutter as well. So it's pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I also want to welcome, I've got a couple of people probably on tonight that are new to Thermomix, so welcome, welcome, welcome. I've had a few people get their Thermomixes this week, and they'll be excited. I've got one that I'm doing a delivery for virtually after this live, and after I've had dinner, of course. But yeah, so I want to welcome them to our lives on Friday nights. And next week we'll also be doing another salad, because it is that kind of weather at the moment. This one's a bit of a warm salad, but you can have it tomorrow. Tracy, I'd love to know, have you made this? Hello, Marilyn, all the way from Perth. How you going, lovely? How's it over there? I've got someone in Perth, someone in Melbourne. We've got some local people on here. It's really exciting. Say hello if you're watching. I've got someone from Port Stephens on here. I'm not sure where Greg's from, but he's not. I don't think he's local. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I love seeing all of your faces on here. And Marilyn, if you're just joining us, we're actually making the brown rice salad. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but you can literally add any vegetables that you've got in your crisper. It's just a phenomenal thing to do. Yes, Taylor. Hello, welcome. You know I was just talking about you. Yes, so this is the brown rice salad. So we've literally cooked the brown rice in our simmering basket inside the bowl, and we're now steaming all the veggies in the top. But like I said before, because that 20 minutes that you have where you're cooking the brown rice on its own, you could actually put chicken in there and slice it horizontally so that it will cook quicker, and definitely in that 20 minutes you will actually have the steamed chicken. And then you can pop the Taylor, because you've got a second bowl, you can pop the chicken into your second bowl and then chop up the chicken on 4 seconds on reverse speed 4, and it will shred the chicken for you, and then you can put it all through the brown rice salad instead of the tin of tuna. So I hope that I've explained that well. If you don't know quite what I mean, I'm happy to send you the recipe and send you my little changes and how I do the chicken and all that. I just wasn't prepared tonight, otherwise I would have done that for you and shown you. And we've got the countdown on, which is awesome. How cool is this? Can you see that? It's telling me how my internal temperature of my chicken breast, what I'm target and what the ambient temperature is, how many minutes I've got remaining, how many minutes it's been on for. The Meter Plus is phenomenal. It's really good for cooking your meat and knowing that it's cooked all the way through but not overcooked. I love it for my steaks. Probably use it a few times a week, the Meter Plus. And at Christmas time, of course, we used it for turkey, for hams, just to make sure they were all cooked properly. So now what I'm going to do now is just show you all those veggies. How good does that look? Perfect. They're still all green. They're still all got their beautiful colour, and I've just given myself a sauna with all that steam. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that aside for a second. And we're going to remove this. So this part here, for those that are new to Thermomix, we're going to pop that into our simmering basket. And then that acts as a handle, so we can then tip all that brown rice out of our simmering basket. How good is that? Now I can't get it back on there. That's because I'm live, of course. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that there. We've got all this beautiful brown rice. Alright, so once drained, you transfer the rice into your serving bowl with your veggies. So now what I'm going to do is grab my vegetables in my varoma and just pop them in. Like, seriously, if you've got a barbecue to go to where you know there's lots of people going to be there, like, look at the size of this bowl, and so cheap, so easy, super delicious, super nourishing. Like, you just can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. Alright, so next, so I'm just going to place the serving bowl onto the mixing bowl lid. Give me a second. I've actually already weighed our cashews. So they're in there, and 50 grams of roasted almonds. So I actually remove all the husks. What do they call that? Please someone help me. You know when you're... Hi Grace, how you going? Yeah, I know, you've probably made it 30 times, Grace, but this is delicious. You know it's delicious, so you want to make it again. What do you call it? I've lost my train of thought. When you buy the almonds that don't have the skins on them anymore. I can't remember. So someone help me. Someone help me. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, give me a second, I'm popping this up on here, because I need to put that in there, like so. That's what I needed to do. Next, we need to put some olive oil in. Give me a second. So I'm just going to pour this straight into the bowl, because what we're doing now is actually making up the lovely dressing that goes all over this. So we want about 30 to 50 grams. And some soy. Now this is dark soy sauce, so I'm not going to put 50 in. I'll probably put about 30. Just a little bit for extra love. So it's about 38, 37, something like that. And we're going to pop in some lemon juice. So really simple things that you can have in your pantry. So 80 grams of lemon juice. Look at that. That's... Literally, that's how much, and I just did 2 lemons and it was there. So it now says to pop in your can of tuna. We're not going to do that. We're going to have with some chicken breast tonight. We're going to pop in, we're not putting dill in, but we're going to pop in some fresh parsley and some coriander. So I've just chopped that up. We're going to pop that through. I'm going to put a bowl of beautiful baby spinach in there too. Like literally, how good is this? Like just pop it in, whatever. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. A little bit extra love. And a bit of pepper. Yum. And we're just going to combine that all with our spatula. So what will happen is that spinach will just wilt in amongst all that warm vegetables and the rice. And you need to give it a good stir because you've got that lemon juice and the soy and all that. You really want to mix that all the way through. And of course, if you were doing it as the recipe is written, you would have tuna in there as great. I just call it the skin. It's blanched. Thanks, Jen. Thank you. Blanched almonds. So if you haven't, and thanks, Leanne. I said there's a few of you who actually commented. I just had a total mind blank, you know. So I buy my almonds in bulk and I blanch them myself in the Thermomix. It's simply just putting them over some, steaming them, and then their skins all pop off. So, and it's heaps cheaper to do that. You could buy a better quality almonds, and yeah, it's the better way to go. Oh my gosh, look at that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chop up some of those homegrown tomatoes. Give me a second. I'm going to put that through. I was thinking to myself, there's just not quite enough red in there. I love lots of colour. Love lots of colour. So I'm just going to pop in some of these beautiful teardrop tomatoes that my hubby has grown for us. Going to pop them in there. This one's a bit bigger, so I might cut that in quarters. And these are like those grape ones. They're a bit bigger, so I'm going to slice them up. And we'll pop them through. And again, I'm not steaming that. I'm just going to pop them through. I just like the freshness of it. So there you go. Literally, you're just cooking some rice. Let it do its thing while you're doing something else. And steaming some vegetables, making a quick sauce, stirring it all through, and we are done. And it is looking fabulous. Can't beat that. How's that? Just have a look. Comments. You're making me hungry. Oh, Gracie, I wish I could drop some to you. You'd love it. Anyway, so that's our Friday night Facebook Live for this week. If I haven't heard from anyone as to a recipe they'd like me to make next Friday night, then again I'll be doing another recipe. It will be a salad again, like I said, because it's that kind of weather. And what else was I going to say? If you want to get your hands on a cutter, make sure you contact me or your Thermomix consultant and get on, because it's going to be first in, best dress. You don't want to miss out on the cutter. It's going to help you so much and just take this baby to the next level. I really enjoyed having you tonight. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you don't have a consultant, I'm here to adopt you and look after you and make sure that you are using your Thermomix to the most value. And again, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye for now. Mwah! Happy Thermomix!